It's good to be with you on this Thursday, and the Lord is so good. I am so thankful we can just rest in Him. He's immutable, unchanging, and no matter what all is going on, He is in control. And we're so thankful that even when Satan attacks, that God will turn that for good if we're walking by faith. The Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians shares with us the battles that he went through there with that church and some of the issues that were going on. And he concludes there in 2 Corinthians chapter 13 with a wonderful perspective that I am sure is what kept him going even through difficult times. Verse 4 says, "For though he," speaking of Jesus, "was crucified through weakness, yet he liveth by the power of God. For we also are weak in him, but we shall live with him by the power of God towards you." What we find here is that the very essence of our life should be the resurrection power of Jesus Christ. And he reminds the readers that Christ was crucified in what seemed like human weakness, and it certainly was, as he submitted himself fully to his humanity and allowed himself to be the sacrifice. But then he exhibited the power of God by the resurrection bodily from the grave. What a tremendous reality that was. He crushed Satan's head, he won the victory for all mankind, and God showed forth his glory and his power. So it is with us. When we are aware of our weakness, and it seems like there's just all these things that are discouraging around us, in our weakness, it looks like it's hopeless. But we've got to understand the one who rose from the grave has sent us the Spirit of God to indwell us. And that same resurrection power is ours if we will walk by faith. And we can show forth that strength in the midst of what is really weakness on our part. We can't handle all the world affairs and national affairs and all of the other trials that we've been facing, but God can. And when we respond right, and when we show forth the fact that we are truly a believer, and we're a believer in the one who rose from the grave, just as Romans 6 says, we also can live our life in newness of life, in resurrection life. And that's what we need to show forth. Not frustration, not anger, not a sense of hopelessness, but we need to show forth the fact we serve a risen Savior, and He is in us today, and we are living by that power. May we show forth that glory in each day that we live.